Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be reacting to
Unpopular K-pop opinions, cuz pick a reason yourself.
1.
Oh, she
XG
got
using
tired
AI
of
in the new
making titles.
Her titles are interesting.
MV for
It
Is
could
This
be
Love
he.
is
It could be he too.
Yeah, could be anybody. Yeah.
1. XG using AI in the new MV for Is This Love is unacceptable. It's blatantly evident with butch transitions, weird hands, random faces, and the girls' features get so messy
Whoa.
Yeah, that was AI. As I said in the reaction, if you guys watched, it was giving me Taylor Swift by ASAP Rocky, which was heavy AI. However, that video was very interesting actually.
I thought it was filmed in
So it was
somewhere in East
filmed
Europe.
in Ukraine, but like it was like a three-eyed people, like cars with both sides driving, spinning in circles. Like it was a heavy AI. But I guess how AI works, you need like a base to film it somewhere, and then you add elements into it. So they did film it in Ukraine, but that we're talking about ASAP Rocky's music video. But they added the AI stuff. So this one was very similar. There was definitely noticeable AI. Is it unacceptable?
I was trying to create, and I couldn't find any free AI to play around with. So I know they paid for their AI, and it still came out like that. That's crazy.
I don't know if it's unacceptable or not. I don't know. I mean,
The fact that people can tell that it was like I don't think it was good AI. That's unacceptable. I feel like for it to be permissible, it has to be intentional. Like either that's what it's supposed to look like, or don't do it at all.
it didn't bother me like that.
Me either. But then again, I feel like people take like a what you call it, scope, a magnifying scope, and really look for these things. Because if you look at it on a superficial level, it was fine. But if you look on a deeper level, of course, I don't think it's gonna be video of the year.
No.
Like it wouldn't win awards for it because then we're really looking at the high quality of it. So it depends what's the goal of the group with their visuals.
unrecognizable. Their fans keep saying it's intentional to criticize AI, but please, it's nothing more than an artistic corner cutting masquerading as conceptual ambition. The jarring transitions and nightmare fuel face distortions aren't avant-garde statements on
I
technology's
just think at the end of the day, it's not them who has the final say to say, okay, we could move this along. I think their team really dropped the ball on this one.
Yeah, what's his name? Simon? I believe Simon has to say.
They're glaring evidence of a production team prioritizing cost over craft. If the goal was to critique AI's flaws, the execution fails catastrophically. You don't critique.
Yes, there was nothing about that music video that felt that they're criticizing AI's flaws. So I don't. Is this what is this love have to do with criticizing AI's flaws? That just doesn't make any sense.
Critique a knife's dullness by stabbing yourself on camera and calling it performance art. If you want to skewer AI's ethics, hire actual artists to craft surreal hand-animated grotesqueries, not farm it out to algorithms trained on stolen art. The Matrix movie didn't need rogue code to dissect tech dystopia. It had vision. Meanwhile, XG's team gave us melted wax, figures with kaleidoscope eyes, and called it conceptual. And it doesn't even look that good. The video's shoddy execution isn't just an aesthetic failure, it's a betrayal of the creative process. AI-generated visuals operate on a logic of approximation, not intention. Every flickering frame, every destabilized object, limbs dissolving, backgrounds pixelating like digital mold. All this reveals the tool's inability to grasp permanence, composition, or narrative continuity, unlike other tools, like CGI,
Yeah,
which
and that's you have to have someone on your team who specializes in that to really watch to make sure everything is continuous and it has a flow. Not saying that everyone has to have it, but if you want to put out a certain level of content, I think you should be a little more mindful to the details.
sweat the details. Meanwhile, AI sweats nothing, it hallucinates, leaving viewers to parse its glitches as style. But when the result resembles a deepfake made in a panic 10 minutes before deadline, it's not innovation,
Yeah.
it's corporate calculus. Why pay a CGI artist for 100 hours when a machine can vomit out good enough sludge in minutes? But good enough isn't art, it's placeholder garbage. The flubbed details like hands morphing into fleshy tentacles and backgrounds dissolving like wet newspaper aren't quirks. They're proof AI can't replicate human intentionality, and even beyond the glitches.
Because if the quality is like this and then you start asking for tickets $600, they're gonna look at you crazy.
I don't know, guys. How did you feel about the AI? I don't know. I didn't particularly care for it. I don't know. It didn't like
But if you
upset me
are
as
if
she's
you
upset
are a
about it.
fan of X, X, you don't
I like
always come
XG.
out with a lot of
I
stuff
like
all the
XG.
time. No, but they don't drop stuff like every day for them to do this type of.
But they do have that kind of alien
sloppiness.
concept, though. They're always like,
So you was intentional.
what?
The flaws were intentional. I don't think the flaws were intentional. intentional.
What flaws are we talking about here?
Well, whoever pointed, I
I
guess I
didn't
have to
notice any
see.
flaws. I
I
don't
guess
know.
I have to see the like. We're taking it that what they're saying is true, but if there's like frames that look really messy,
I mean, it was a little chaotic, and I think I did say in the video that it's given chaotic. I thought. I mean, okay. I guess if you think about it, like the song "Is This Love," the music video had nothing to do with "Is This Love."
yeah.
Like, so if we're really like breaking it apart, yeah, probably like what the fuck. The music video, isolated from the song, just as a visual, it was fine. I didn't have any issues with it. But yeah, if we try to relate to "Is This Love," I don't know what the fuck was going on. I guess she does have a point in that sense that what is that any of that AI bullshit has to do with "Is This Love?" So
You know the best AI visual music video from K-pop that I really like that I still remember to this day from Eyelid Cherish with the teeth. With the teeth, the whole concept and everything, the visuals was very interesting for me.
But I don't think that was AI. That was probably just computerized CGI.
What's AI?
AI means that you type in what you want and they generate it for you.
I know.
CGI means the person is actually sitting there and doing it. What you envision and that they actually do it by hand. So that's her whole point. Is she's upset that they're basically removing a person. They instead of paying the person to do it, they just cutting the corner and using AI, the robot to do
why
it.
they have to cut corners? There's no money.
Money is not moneying.
Oh,
There's the ugly truth.
I can understand.
AI tools are built on stolen labor. Their datasets are graveyards of
But I mean, then okay. Then,
Stolen labor. No, but you still gotta pay for AI. You guys still have to pay.
yeah, but that's pennies on the dollar, though.
It's not. I saw it. I was like, wait a minute.
Okay, so what did you see? Like what, $500 a month or some shit?
No, it's a subscription. You could do monthly or
Oh
yearly.
no, okay.
And
So
the
how much
level
was
of
it?
quality. Well, I was looking at the basic ones.
Okay, so
Okay,
how
the
much was
basic
the
ones
basic?
was still doing too much.
So how much
They
was
said
it?
$27.
Okay, so let's say the
But that was basic.
okay. So let's say the expensive one is $500.
Okay.
Still, the person that would charge it would be in the thousands. Here you pay $500.
I don't know if the company was even paid the 1,000 because you see what happened in G Idol. They had to they had to bootleg the software.
Well, why
They
XG?
probably bootlegged the software. That's probably why it looked like that.
credited uncompensated work, a parasitic ecosystem where human creativity is strip mined to save a quick buck.
I guess
using
if
AI.
you want to look like holistically the problem of replacing human jobs with AI, that is a problem. So if she's upset about that aspect, I can understand.
AI isn't democratizing art, it's devaluing it, reducing centuries of craft to a prompt engine for boardroom bean counters. XG and J-Hope's recent MVs don't just normalize this exploitation, they celebrates it, wrapping ethical bankruptcy in a glossy veneer of futurism. Meanwhile, actual artists, storyboarders, animators,
So
and
she's saying J-Hope also used AI in that music video?
I mean, we saw some flaws, but it wasn't like bad. Like the streets didn't make sense. Like there was a
Yeah.
sign that say you could
VFX
go
team.
this way, but it was not. It was like you're going into
Yeah,
a
yeah,
house.
you're right. There, it was
And
a
then the
little.
stop sign was like giving off.
Because I was saying in the video that does this look like a real
And
street to
even
you?
the placement,
Yeah.
even the placement of the people on the street didn't look very
Yeah, that was
realistic
AI.
either.
That was AI. Now I remember. But it didn't really like
But it wasn't like
it.
crazy.
XG's AI was like AI.
It was too much for me.
are sidelined, their labor deemed expendable by executives chasing quarterly margins. Y'all defending this are enabling a dangerous precedent, rationalizing shoddy work. As experimental sets a trap, if audiences swallow mediocrity today, what's stopping labels from serving AI sludge as the main course tomorrow? The K-pop industry thrives on fan loyalty.
That's
But
true.
loyalty without accountability is surrender.
She has
Recall
a
how
point.
fans derailed the NFT's push through sheer collective disdain. That's the energy needed here. Boycott the AI-scaped MVs.
Because
As
if
for the
Navis was successful and people liked it, then next thing you know, all the industry, I'll forget having a human person actually be present. They're gonna have all of them be like a Navis.
Somebody emailed us asking to react to AI. They said they're
Yes.
AI company. They generate music. They has to react to AI music.
How am I supposed to do
Fuck
that?
it out of here. What the
How am I
fuck?
supposed to do that?
The fuck out AI music. I don't give a
I'm
fuck
supposed
about
to do
no
that.
AI music. Fuck out of here.
songs
Just
review.
get no.
Is
You know what they need to do? Get AI reactors.
Yeah, get the AI reactors.
This Love is 2000s inspired commercial R&B. I'd say it embodies the new Jeans sound, but stronger, with better vocals, richer production, and more solid melodies. It also maintains a well-balanced mix of rap and vocals, as we've come to expect from XG. Too bad the MV ruined it. 2. Yeji's solo debut was solid. Air is a
Honestly, The ones that are faceless might as well be AI.
Targeted.
Well,
Yes, my song. What happened?
well, to be fair, they are like, for example, her. If she takes somebody else's thoughts from Reddit,
True.
that's almost AI. You write
It's
an
like,
AI bot, take a
yeah,
Reddit post,
you
make it
just do
into
it the
YouTube
hard
video.
way.
Yeah.
Blend of 80s synth pop and modern
They
K-pop
couldn't even get the
precision.
bootleg
It's very
to do that.
chungha. The beat is a 4-on-the-floor thump
Oh,
layered
this
with
song
crisp
was so
snapping
good,
percussion that's
guys.
engineered for Yeji's dance style. Every kick and snare hit feels calculated to match her sharp movements.
That
Yeji's
was the
vocal
best drop of the day.
I agree.
delivery is on point. She ditches the shouty, overprojected Itzy style and instead rides the track's groove with controlled rhythmic phrasing. Her lower register in the verses adds smoky texture, while the chorus lets her pivot to a brighter, almost metallic tone that slices through the wall of synths. Is she a powerhouse belter? No, but she doesn't need to be. The song's
You
strength
know,
is
every time now when I see Yeji, I know she's gonna dance. I always forget she's also a singer and part of a group. So it's pretty cool that she has an identity outside the group. Like when you see her, I know, oh, she's gonna give us some good dance moves. But to also turn up in the singing department, that was pretty dope.
how her voice flirts with the instrumental. The track structure is its smartest gamble. It's a
It's
slow
so
burn.
good.
The first minute holds back, teasing with minimalistic synth loops and whispered vocals, before the chorus unleashes a tsunami of layered harmonies and that relentless galloping beat. The pre-chorus melody falters slightly, it's repetitive, leaning too hard on a 3-note motif that feels underdeveloped, but the production's momentum. Those ascending synth lines and distorted bass wobbles, paper over the cracks.
Okay, one time if I grow along, am I good enough? Am I good enough?
Then comes the final minute. A distorted electric guitar rips through the mix, adding gritty contrast to the glossy synths. It's a risk that pays off, injecting raw urgency into what could have been a generic throwback. And I'm glad JYP didn't phone the B-sides in. Tracks like Invasion and 258 double down on the title track's synth-driven identity but tweak the formula, moodier minor
Oh, we
keys,
only saw
thicker
it for
vocal
one
layering
song.
and beats that flirt with
Yeah, they're talking about other songs.
Yeah, she dropped the whole mini album.
Oh, I didn't listen. I can listen to it or no?
Yeah.
Oh,
trance and Eurodance influences. Crucially, all of them sit comfortably in Yeji's mid-range,
to see.
avoiding the shrill high notes that often strain her voice. The vocal production is slick but not overprocessed. You can still hear the slight rasp in
I
her
have the
belting,
only
which
one
adds a
song.
lovely human edge. 3. Solgi's Baby Not Baby was playful pop near perfection. It's a big pivot from her debut 28 Reasons shadowy art pop, trading
The
dark
video
vibes
was so
for Y2K
weird.
bubblegum chaos. The track's backbone is a bratty syncopated
It was AI, not AI.
bass line paired with punchy
Oh.
brass stabs and hyper-processed vocal chops ripped straight from a 2003 Britney Spears board session.
It wasn't AI, I'm just kidding, but it was giving AI. But it wasn't AI.
It's campy, maximalist, and unapologetically unserious. A gamble that mostly works because Solgi's charisma is a nuclear reactor. Production-wise, SM nails the retro-modern fusion. The verses are built on a skittering quasi-rapped flow that channels that hollaback girl DNA. The pre-chorus shifts into a sassy call-and-response groove, layering hand claps and distorted vocal filters to mimic early digital pop glitchiness. The chorus, though, it's where the track's only real weakness peeks through. The melody leans on repetitive talk-sung phrasing, baby not baby, that's undeniably catchy but lacks the heavenward lift of Solgi's most iconic hooks. The production compensates with chaotic layering. Blaring horns, chipmunked backing vocals, metallic percussion, and while it works, you can't help but wonder, what if they'd sharpened that melody just 10% more? Perfection is in the details and this chorus is so close. Solgi's performance is the track's triumph. Her voice, husky, agile, dripping with sarcastic flair that elevates the material. She's not belting here, she's performing. Leaning into playful lower register growls and nasal bratty inflections that sell the hot mess meme persona. The bridge is her MVP moment, a stripped-down halftime groove where her vocals smolder over a minimalist bass line. And the B-sides? This is where the mini-album flexes real muscle with chill laid-back energy paired with late 90s R&B vibes. It's very
Oh, there's B-sides. I guess she dropped a mini album too.
Too?
cohesive, just like her debut EP. 4. Fans who
I'm not
fetishize
too
their
excited to see more of her work because the didn't really do
Yeah,
the
the,
best
it
impression.
wasn't bad. It was unique. It stood out,
Mm.
but not for us per se.
lack of privilege are delusional. This isn't activism. It's a cope so desperate it could fuel a Netflix documentary about cults. You want your idols to raw dog the industry with no budget, no promo, and no connections. Then brag about their organic growth like it's a moral victory? Congrats, you've romanticized corporate neglect into a personality trait. Idols aren't indie bands busking for exposure. They're employees in a cutthroat capitalist machine. And if their company isn't fighting for them, they're being failed, not kept pure. The fact that stands twist basic job expectations like consistent comebacks, decent styling, or functional mics into some mythical privilege only big four groups deserve is proof the K-pop ecosystem is terminally brainwormed. Smaller groups aren't underdogs, they're hostages to companies that can't or won't invest in them. Oh, your fave sold 10K albums without a single music show win? Wow, let's throw a parade for their CEO's incompetence. Meanwhile, Survival Show rejects. Actual talents who got chewed up and spat out by the system are proof that hard work means jack without backing. But sure, keep screaming Cube wake up while standing a group whose MV budget couldn't cover a Starbucks order.
Yeah, what she's talking about, kind of what we talked about in Jenny's and Jenny's video yesterday towards the end, what we were saying that she was kind of like complaining, not complaining per se, but like saying she wouldn't do this over again.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess she's kind of addressing that they're not privileged. They are privileged.
The cognitive dissonance is wild. Privilege isn't a dirty word. It's the floor of what idols are owed. 5. Hoshi and Woozi's new single 96 Airs was a tone-deaf experiment. This is what happens when two gifted idols mistake nostalgia bait for innovation. That red light green light sample isn't a creative choice. It's a crutch. This mediocre melody has been strip-mined by K-pop for years, and its inclusion here reeks of a last-ditch effort to force quirk into a kids' bop reject that's already drowning in gimmicks. The production doesn't just fail, it antagonizes. The squeaky metallic percussion, the vine migraines, the beat's relentless clatter feels like someone tossed a toolbox.
I think it would be cool if you didn't know they were from 17, but being from a group 17 is like the standard is quite high.
It wasn't bad. I don't think it was
Yeah.
bad. It wasn't great either. I think it was okay.
Into a washing machine and called it experimental. And that horn loop in the intro? It's less a musical motif and more a car alarm that forgot to shut off. The entire instrumental is a chaotic jumble of sounds that don't converse. They scream over each other, creating a sonic pileup with zero payoff. Structurally, the song is a void. The melody overclings to that nursery rhyme, offering no variation, no dynamic shift, no reason to care. The verses are a monotonous sing-rap hybrid that never builds momentum, while the chorus collapses into a chant so repetitive it feels like a prank. Even the vocal delivery is flat and disengaged. I'm almost convinced the track was designed to be annoying. But why not make it fun annoying? Tracks like NCT's Sticker or Red Velvet's really bad boy weaponized abrasiveness with purpose. They had hooks, swagger, and audacity. 96 Airs has none of that. 6. 3 Dreamcatcher members have decided not to renew their contracts with the company. Their contracts expire at the end of this month.
Dreamcatcher.
Yeah, we reacted to them once or twice. Yeah.
But Handong, Dami and Gahyun will still promote with the group while signing with other labels for individual activities. Fans are freaking out, but this is a natural step for a third-gen group that's been around for a decade. Maybe they want to branch out into fields their current company
Not
doesn't
bad.
have the connections to support. For example, Gahyun mentioned on
So they're with the group as a group, but they're as a solo, they're going elsewhere. That's nothing wrong with that. Blackpink just did that.
Instagram that she wants to act, so that could be why she left. But they're still part of the group. Yes, group activities might slow down a bit, but you can't expect veterans to perform on stage every month. Some fans are also speculating that member Handong might return to China and never come back, as many Chinese idols tend to do.
Never come
But for
back.
now, this is just speculation, so don't jump the gun. Dreamcatcher's company has been consistent with group activities, comebacks, promotions, and tours, but solo gigs have been nearly non-existent. So it makes sense for them to pivot. No matter how much you love your members, at the end of the day you have to prioritize your own career. 7. Let's review Xiaomin's comeback week.
Alright, I guess we stop here because we haven't reacted to it.
Guys, of course, let us know your thoughts. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the Discord. And as always, share as much kindness as possible.